Premier League cult hero rules. One club out of title race, ahead of Manchester City versus Liverpool. Arsenal's slip-up at Sunderland has opened the door for Liverpool, or Manchester City, to cut the gap on Mikel Arteta's men. But one rival club has been ruled out of the title race. Arsenal dropping points at Sunderland may have opened the door for their title rivals ahead of Liverpool's trip to Manchester City. But Schalke Hislop insists Chelsea are one club who won't be in the mix for the Premier League crown. The Blues cantered to a 3-0 win over sorry Wolves on Saturday night to move up to second in the table, ahead of both the reigning champions and City, who meet in a mouth-watering clash at the Etihad on Sunday. Arsenal are still ahead of the leading pack though, with a 7-point advantage over City, with Liverpool a point further back. Chelsea's win means they are 6 points off Mikel Arteta's early pace setters. But Hislop has already seen enough of Chelsea to rule them out of the running for the title. When the former Newcastle and Portsmouth goalkeeper was asked if the Blues could win the Premier League on ESPN, Hislop replied, No chance. Should I give you a percentage? 0.5%. They won't win the league. If you offered me 1,000 to 1 for Chelsea to win the league, I still wouldn't take that bet right now. Liverpool legend Steve Nicol then interjected, adding he would be surprised if Chelsea were to win the league, but that it was wrong to disregard them outright. Hislop, though, was having none of it and replied, Yes, you can say Chelsea will never win the title this season. You can. Enzo Maresca feels his team are moving in the right direction after putting Wolves to the sword at Stamford Bridge, courtesy of goals from Malo Gusto, João Pedro, and Pedro Neto. However, the Italian admitted he was concerned about dispatching the Premier League's basement club ahead of the game. I was very worried before this game. He explained, These are the worst games, they're tricky. Everyone is thinking it's going to be easy. I can understand first half people were not happy because we didn't score. Then when Willian Estevão came on, the energy raised because people love that kind of player. Arne Slot could have Alexander Isak back in the Liverpool squad for Sunday's Premier League meeting with Manchester City. The Sweden international resumed training with his teammates on Friday, having been sidelined for 4 matches due to injury. Slot did, though, caution that Isak will require time to get back up to full speed after missing several weeks of action. I know that I said 3 weeks ago that his pre-season has ended, so now it's time for us to see where he is. But I have to come back to those words, said Slot at his pre-match press conference. Because if you are 3 weeks only with the rehab, that doesn't bring you back to the levels he was 3 weeks ago. Although our rehab team is doing an incredible job. But you cannot compare rehab with games of football or training sessions with the team. As much as we try to replicate it, that's simply not possible. So again, I have to say, give him some time. Pep Guardiola revealed at his own pre-match briefing that Rodri is unlikely to be involved in the fixture, having been absent in the Champions League in midweek 2. We'll see tomorrow, but I think we won't take a risk, the City boss said of the midfielder. Now it's the international break afterwards. You have to define the moment that he feels strong, feels fit, and can sustain the actions. The actions in the game are so demanding, and so he can sustain it properly. To make that step, we are still in November. The best part of the season is ahead of us, and we need him. Still, we are playing without the Ballon d'Or winner of 2 seasons ago, a massively important player for us, and we are desperate to have him back. But knowing that Nico right now has become a really important and good player. On the challenge he expects this weekend, Guardiola, for whom this match is the 1,000th in his career as a manager, added, We know the rival that we have. I saw the game against Madrid. The quality they have in all positions is outstanding. So it's a top team. We are with our people. Hopefully they come to celebrate my anniversary in the stadium, and together we can beat an important rival. Arne Slot makes Hugo Ekitike demand as Star's agent in exit talks. Liverpool enter their blockbuster Premier League clash against Manchester City, full of confidence after besting Real Madrid 1-0 in the Champions League. There's a renewed feel-good feeling around Liverpool, who head into their league clash with Manchester City with the utmost confidence. The Reds secured a 1-0 victory against Real Madrid in the Champions League on Tuesday to mark back-to-back victories across all competitions for the first time since September. On top of the positive result, it was yet another improved performance from Arne Slot's side, who appear to be on the right track after a run of 6 defeats in 7 games. The 2-0 win over Aston Villa, which preceded their European triumph, lifted the reigning league champions to 3rd in the table. But they remain 7 points behind league leaders Arsenal. With an improved morale surrounding Anfield, the Reds can finally look forward, but face another stern test on Sunday as they travel to the Etihad Stadium to take on Pep Guardiola's side. Ahead of the clash involving the two clubs that have gone head-to-head for almost a decade, Hugo Ekitike has been challenged to improve by his manager, while Ibrahima Konate's uncertain future once again hits the headlines, takes a look at the latest news surrounding the Merseyside Giants. The Frenchman has been one of Liverpool's best players since arriving at the club in a £79 million deal in July. With 6 goals to his name across all competitions, he is currently the Reds' top scorer. With his unique set of skills including a near-perfect touch, his ability to link up with teammates, and excellent finishing ability, the 23-year-old looks set to be a major part of Liverpool's attacking force for years to come. While he's been subject to widespread praise from fans and media alike, Slot has admitted the striker must improve his winning rate in aerial duels given his 6'3" frame. Speaking in his pre-match press conference, the Dutchman said, "That is what makes him special. If you're that tall and your footwork is as good as his, that's what makes him special. If you're so tall, he needs to be stronger in duels." Ekitike hasn't been as prolific in the air as he has been with the ball at his feet. According to FotMob, in the 11 aerial duels he's challenged for in the Premier League, he's won just 37.9% of them. Liverpool legend Andy Robertson is proving once again why he's one of football's true leaders, not just on the pitch, but off it too. Former teammate Robert Snodgrass believes Robbo will play a key role in helping £40 million signing Milos Kerkez settle and reach his best form at Anfield. With Robertson back in top shape and Liverpool finding their rhythm again, could this be the perfect mentorship for the Reds' future? Let's dive in. Robert Snodgrass believes Andy Robertson can help Milos Kerkez regain his form at Liverpool. The Reds splashed out £40 million to bring in the Hungarian from AFC Bournemouth over the summer, with the newcomer initially being Arne Slot's first choice. The 21-year-old managed to displace the Liverpool vice-captain from Slot's starting lineup and has been one of the most used players for the Reds this season, having played in 15 out of their 17 matches to date. However, despite being in the starting 11 12 times, Kerkez has struggled to hit his stride since joining Liverpool and found himself on the bench during the Reds' victories against Aston Villa and Real Madrid, as Robertson reclaimed his spot in Slot's starting lineup. The Scotland international now seems likely to keep his place for Sunday's clash with Manchester City, after helping Liverpool get back on the winning track with strong performances in their last 2 games. Snodgrass and Robertson were teammates at Hull City for 2.5 seasons, both signing for the Tigers in the summer of 2014, and they also played together for Scotland for several years, before Snodgrass hung up his international boots in 2019. Having worked closely with Robertson at both club and international level, Snodgrass is confident that his former teammate will do everything he can to help Kerkez find his feet at Liverpool, even if it means jeopardising his own chances of starting. "I think the big thing Liverpool need to do is stick together. They've got some great characters in there," he told Boyle Sports. "Ones who have been there for a long period of time and have had a lot of success with the club. They've got a great connection with the fans. When there's so much noise from the outside, you've got to get tighter, get closer in-house. I'm sure they'll be trying to get the new signings to settle so they can show that high level and prove the reason why they paid big money to bring them to the club. These lads that they've brought in are exceptional players. I just think it might be a matter of time before you see them really hit their groove." Milos Kerkez had a great couple of years at Bournemouth, and he's shown his quality. I just feel like because he came in for big money, there's that pressure on him. It takes anybody a little bit of time to settle in at a new club, but having somebody like Andy Robertson beside him, not just competing with him, but beside him, will be great for Kerkez because Robbo's a terrific lad. Andy is a leader, and he understands what it means to play for Liverpool. I'm sure that, as much as it's encouraging competition between them, Andy will be helping him. I know Andy's helped him, and I know Andy